Hello, everyone, and welcome back to That's Hot podcast. Today, I'm your host, Christian. Today, we have the very immaculately dressed Tambaurlon.
I'm trying to dress on theme now as I'm a method actor, so this helps me get into my process for the show.
Oh, it's funny if it would have froze then. It'd been like, I am a meth head. Today, we have a really exciting episode. We originally planned to talk about something else. We'll just tack it on at the end. But we have an exciting episode because today's Tuesday, Monday. The other night, it was presented the Valentino collection with Alessandro Michele at the helm. He just got to the house like 3 months ago, and we thought we weren't going to see anything until I guess Paris Fashion Week for the fall. So I
hmm
guess that's spring 2025 collection. But instead, he just randomly came out with this resort 2025. And so that's what we're going to talk about today.
That man was chomping at the bit. If you're not familiar with Alessandro, because I want to make all of our conversations like, even if you're an entry level fashion person, I want you to understand. So, Alessandro most infamously came dressed like Jared Leto, like twins, after the
Mhm.
House of Gucci situation, because he was basically the costume designer for that film. He shows up dressed like twins with him. And just ever since then, I've been irritated. I don't know what that chord struck inside of me, but I was just like, ugh. Just he took the kitsch, he took the grandma couture overboard. Now, when he left Gucci, everybody was stressed, pressed, like, oh, what are they gonna do now? Because that is Gucci's whole identity now, is greatly tied in with Alessandro, and that more is more, grandma, English, Italian, just everything in the junk drawer vibe that we didn't know what would happen. But it seems like he's taking that over to Valentino, and he was chomping at the bit, and he's bringing a lot of Gucci elements, or I don't know. I'll let you say your piece as well. But to me, he's doing the same thing he did at Gucci, just with a V instead of the G's.
Right. At this point, we can't say that it's a Gucci aesthetic because it really wasn't. It was Alessandro's aesthetic that he just
Mm-hmm.
happened to be at Gucci. Just throw on the logo. Now we see it. Now, in preparation for this episode, I was reading like all the articles and also like looking at the lookbook that he made available. Apparently, he presented this collection on a Zoom call to very exclusive editors. Um, and then of course, then it was like widespread, like the PR everywhere. But it's interesting that he didn't wait until like I guess fall fashion week to present something because I guess he did the same thing with Gucci. So that he got into the role and then he rushed out a collection. And then he was kind of even mentioned it in his like I guess Zoom call that he'll be known for getting the job done very quickly. And I feel like it shows. And what I said previously, it's not a Gucci look, it's not a Valentino look, it's Alessandro's. And I wouldn't even say much of it is design. A lot of it is styling.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that when we start to get into the array of looks that were
Hmm.
presented, because he had 189 of them. And
Right.
honey, I'm going to say something from Twitter because I want to get more involved with you all as well. um, CCP on Twitter says there's no reason to have a collection with over 30 looks. Honestly, over 50 is ridiculous, but 189 looks for a single collection is abhorrent. I don't care who you are. And I love clothes. Okay, I'm ready to die about it. But 189 looks is ridiculous. And I looked at all of them.
Yeah,
And there was a lot of repeats as well that weren't necessary.
totally. A lot of it was styling. So it, we've seen it all at Gucci. And I feel like his whole like aesthetic is, like how you said, it's grandma, it's like 70s, it's vintage, but it's like maximal. Um,
Yes.
and he's already done it. And it's so interesting that I guess the bigwigs at Valentino kind of like gave him that freedom to like kind of dictate. Because in the press release or whatever, he was saying like all the things that he was trying to draw inspiration from of the House of Valentino and all the like archives that he was going through. But there was no individual like piece that he was really drawing inspiration from. It was noted in one article, I think it was Vogue, and of course, like all the publications are up everybody's butt. But it was just saying that this collection was allegedly lighter and more fun or playful than what he did at Gucci, and I think it was the exact same thing, just like copy paste.
Another funny tweet, Gucci,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the same, but it's Valentino, so it's not. It's the exact same stuff. And in the editing, hopefully we can get some side by side looks, and I'll go through the specific numbers that I've seen the exact same things at Gucci. He is at this point, if well, we'll see if he does it again, right? Because I believe in giving everybody three chances. But if he does the
Mhm.
same thing somewhere else, or if he does not get some type of let the spirit of Valentino inhabit his body and come a little classier next time, a little more streamlined, he's going to be tantamount to what Demna did when he left Vetements and came over to Balenciaga and did the exact same copy and paste things and just put Balenciaga on them in
The
place of
logo.
Vetements.
Yeah.
And because we went through that and we showed the side by side, nasty work, nasty.
Well, I was gonna say that it's funny how like he didn't wait until fall, but he said that he was so inspired to, like they were already working on Resort, and so it felt like it was a disservice to all the craftspeople to not like give it a big fanfare to like market the stuff that they've all created. So he was like pitching it in a way like, oh, I'm putting it out there because it would do a disservice to all the people who worked on this collection besides myself. But also, it was interesting that it was released, like the Zoom call slash photos were released to the public shortly before Gucci was set to present their men's line.
So he
So
was stepping on
petty.
his old work.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Well, some people were saying that, oh, he's not like trying to bring logo mania or whatever to Valentino. He's bringing back the specific style that they had in the 70s, as you mentioned, with like that was popularized, I guess, by Jackie Onassis. And we'll put some side by sides in. Either way, it's still, I don't know. This is it looks like wallpaper almost. Like,
Yeah, totally.
did you see that look with the pants? Okay, so let's start the show. What were some standout moments to you in the show? Because I have specific notes.
Oh, I don't know that any of them were like I liked pieces that, like it had like a fur trim. There was one, I think it was look 5. It was the pastel with the ruffled something about it. I think it did give like a 70s vibe Valentino, but because it also was giving, like vintage, it also maybe maybe at Gucci, he was looking at vintage Valentino whenever he was knocking it off.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, that's an interesting point.
you know, because Valentino was around, so you could just been looking at their archives when you were knocking it off.
The thing that stood out to me the most throughout this whole collection was
Hmm.
that he definitely is, which is smart for designer. I'm never going to hate on that because I always bring that up with collections. Who are you selling this to?
Hmm.
He definitely made it a point to bring something out, and I hate to say it this way, but I have to. He brought something out for the poor. He made sure that
Mm.
there were branded accessories at a lower price point that are going to sell through the roof just because of the presentation and the styling, as you mentioned, of this collection. Because standalone, this is Goodwill jewelry, this is grandma stuff, you don't want it. But the way it is styled here and the way it's presented is putting it in a new way, kind of like when we had Normcore a while ago. This is like casino momcore. I don't know if you guys are going to give it a name. And these big pearl drop earrings that are on look for that are repeated throughout the show. These layered strands of pearls that are like tied in with a brooch or something like that. The hair pieces, the branded Valentino bows that you can see on look 8.
Hmm.
He also brought in an earring, a branded Valentino earring, like they did for Louis Vuitton a couple seasons ago, and that thing is still in rotation. They're knocking it off. Alibaba, Amazon, they're selling it. All
Yeah.
the girls want that Louis Vuitton hoop, so now they're gonna have to lust after this Valentino logo earring. And he brought in some other interesting pieces, but those stood out to me. He's doing the belt buckle. And again, I hate to be the one to say it, but it's for the blacks. It's for the people of color. It's for the Latinos. We're going to wear that Valentino belt out. If we don't own nothing else Valentino, we're going to get that belt. Um, these big giant hair pieces, the bows, I don't know when there will ever be a time that that's necessary or who would ever want to wear that. But again, if you just want a logo mania, hit up. And there's one more. Oh, he brought over that t-shirt. Now everybody knows. Again, I'm speaking to my people of color, my Latinos, my black people, my Indians, because I seen y'all wearing it too. And I mean from India. The plain Gucci t-shirt that had the red collar, the raglan with the red little on the sleeve, Gucci logo. You guys were buying it. You were buying the reals. You were buying the fakes. Every time he put a different one, he put a cat on it. You guys bought it again. He put a bear on it. You bought it again. He's bringing over this Ches Valentino t-shirt
Shay.
and hat. Shay. There you go. Get my French together, Christian.
Yeah.
This Shay Valentino merch, very cheap, very easy to knock off for all you people out there, my DHgate squad. And the Valentino hat for the dads. He's bringing in, so he's going to make money for these people. And that means he's
Oh,
not
for
going
sure.
anywhere anytime soon.
Yes. So like whenever I was looking through it, especially because like we recall like Pierre Paulo, everything was so you can always count on that being a like staple of fashion weeks, and that you were always going to get, you know, like elegant and refined, and really like that he pushed like fashion, but it was palatable enough that it was still beautiful to the masses. Um, for this, like immediately you could see it's just like merchandising. So then I was looking through all the images and I was like, well, who is this for? And then it was obvious because of how you said there's all the accessories. And I did read in one article that they were, you know, Valentino was gunning for some of that Gucci money, you know, a bit more of their like audience, which is a bit more affordable. And um I don't know if like before this that a single like the last thing I could think of that people had in like mass were the Rockstud flats. Remember those?
Yes, the
Before,
Rockstud flats, the Rockstud heels, the Rockstud
yes,
bag. You bitches
yeah,
wore that out down to the ground. That's the last time
right,
Valentino was getting that bag.
yes, and that was a long time ago. And I think Pier Paolo, he was in charge of like he was there at like
Mm-hmm.
creative director at the time, but he's been there for 25 years, and so it would be nice to see like where he's going. I think he stepped down, right? It wasn't like pushed out.
No, I don't think it wasn't a pushed out thing at all.
Yeah,
And the whole time, like the customer did seem way more elevated, and it would have never
totally.
been, as you said, merchandise like this. Valentino was presented more as a red carpet brand. Like you're gonna see
Yes.
this at the award show. You're gonna see this. That's pretty much the only time. So much so that they got Zendaya and Lewis Hamilton as their last ambassadors. How unrelatable is that?
Right? I wonder if Zendaya was in that meeting, especially since she's like such a huge ambassador for them.
For this one, I don't know because now she's the face of Louis Vuitton right now. So you
Oh,
know,
right.
yeah, they might not be crossing those boundaries. But she
Mm-hmm.
brought out like the whole Valentino pink thing and the big shoe that they had that Versace stole and ran off with
Oh,
their bag
yes.
and their customer.
But it's okay. You can also get it at Steve Madden.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna make a bunch of money off these items, this collection, because the merchandising is there. Like even they have a Valentino choker. It's look 70.
Hmm.
The show is not that diverse. He did a little bit. He did as you said, this was presented on a Zoom call. I don't know what the budget was like. Maybe these are the fit models,
Well,
but
also, he did like another thing he pulled from, which I wasn't a Gucci aesthetic. It was his own. Was the whole like gender fluidity and having the models be so like, you know, androgynous, I guess. But that was another thing he brought over to Valentino.
okay, something else I have to mention. I did see that because I'm
Hmm.
seeing the men, or let's just call them theys and thems right now. I'm seeing the theys and the thems. They're wearing headbands, they're wearing grandma earrings, and then they're wearing menswear clothing. So it is very gender fluid on the style.
Right.
Um, Not to step on our man Christian Cowan's gender fluid feed because he does it the best in my opinion. These V's on the coats and the little accessories, this gold, the rich grandmas are going to eat that up. You're going to see that everywhere outside too. If you live in a cold climate place, these coats are going to be out. So he's definitely selling those. What I don't understand is what time period are we in? Because if you can see look number 17, and I'm going to put it super close to the camera for you. Wait,
Got it.
you see that, man?
That's it.
What
Yes, with
is
this ruffle
that?
neckline, I think a lot of it is so confused because also it's resort. Like, who's wearing this? Where is he going? Um, you know,
What? Hold on now. That completely escaped my mind. I'm sorry.
yeah.
I do a little teeny bit of
Mm.
marijuana. This is supposed to be a resort, and he got all these damn coats in this fur
Right.
resort. Where
Yeah.
is this resort? In
Yes. Did they
Switzerland?
not? Did he not get the ice cap memo? Like, it's not that cold out, especially not for resort.
I don't know what time period we're in with these Shakespearean outfits. And then we
He
go
did bring it
casino
forward
mom.
a bit, so things were on trend, which is another merchandising thing. It's not really like designer. So in that same look, So I guess it's technically look 18, but on the look 17, like full body. It's that big earring, that accessory that's really like on trend at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So he did
Mm-hmm.
bring in that piece, but who really is going to buy that when you can buy it from like some Instagram boutique? When
Yes, you're gonna get the fake one. That's what I'm saying. But
yeah,
the real diehard people, my people, I gotta raise my hand. They're gonna buy that Valentino earring just to get the packaging, the bag, the customer experience. You bought some designer, and that's probably the most affordable thing out of this whole collection. Um,
I
I
was looking at like
did.
various looks,
Which one?
and one of them it was look 37. This look
Okay.
this entire look, but also even the model looks like a girl fresh off of like season 1 Gossip Girl, the original Gossip Girl.
With Blake Lively.
Yes.
Oh, there were a lot. If we're gonna talk about that, there are tons of Gossip Girl looks because also, where is it? And it was one of the best ones, honestly. Look number 24. This is Gossip Girl, if not a direct copy of something Jackie O wore
Oh,
without
totally.
the trendy lace stocking. And I definitely see him merchandising the bags in a way that I haven't necessarily seen at Valentino before. He's trying to sell those bags. He's trying to make fetch happen with the Valentino bag. I've never heard a girl brag about a Valentino bag, a rapper,
But
anything.
even this bag, it's like just the V logo. Otherwise, it could be a knockoff Chanel. It could be even a YSL. I
It
think
could
they
be
have the same chain bag.
the Gucci Marmont that he was just making.
Yeah. So
So
one of the things whenever we were going through, or I was going through earlier on look 25, I really liked the bag, and I could have sworn I've seen it before. And I didn't know if it was like Gucci or not, so I reverse Google's image searched it, and it didn't come up as a Gucci, but a very close looking bag came back, and it was from Mango. So very interesting. So if you
not
want that dupe, you
copying
can get it now
Mango.
at Mango.
It's available at
Yeah.
Mango. I also see him trying to mix in Western wear with this collection, and it's the same thing that he did that annoyed me at Gucci, but it's mixing every trend in at the same time in the same collection because you know nobody can afford all of it and nobody's gonna buy the whole bad outfit. So you
hmm
just give a bunch of stupid shit. So in the store, you hit every customer. But on the runway, we got to deal with these costumes.
I wonder what they're going to do, like even in store, because like right now it's like a certain look in store, and then if they come in and merchandise with all this stuff, is it just going to look like Gucci a couple of years ago?
I mean, basically, unless they do something dramatic with their interiors, which I doubt because that's too
Yeah.
expensive, or they could
hmm
go projection, and go artsy so they can keep up with his varying tastes and just have blank palette stores and kind of put up videos and things like that to make it make
Cheap.
sense.
On the cheap.
I'm telling you, just in case it don't work out, don't commit to this man, Valentino,
hmm
because look at what he got going on.
Yes.
Um,
And also it's interesting because I guess everybody who was on the Zoom call or got the images first, they were so thankful just to be included in this call because everybody was like lauding the collection. No, there was nothing bad to say, even though people would barely touch on the fact that it was maybe similar to Gucci stuff. It's like, no, it's the exact same thing. Nobody wanted to say it. Um, so like how you said you're willing to give 3 chances. I'm only willing to give 2.
the desperation of it all. Not you called
Yes.
everybody that is just, your fans. That's like inviting your family only to an event where they can vote for you. Doesn't make
Yeah, right.
sense. You already did it on a Zoom, so you're away from the public scrutiny until you release your own pictures because this wasn't under the scrutiny of anyone else's photograph or them having to walk in these clothes or these outfits. Um, I also noticed the fanny pack several places, a
Yes.
bedazzled fanny pack competing with a Louis Vuitton fanny pack that is viral in these streets. So, and it could be unisex because it is not really either way with the colors. It seems
Yeah,
like it's a
yeah.
little bit of silver, yellow. So,
A
I
lot of
you
this
can't hate
it
on somebody that's going to make money, but it's still just
yeah.
ugly.
Yeah, and it's not obviously it's not original. We saw it at Gucci. Yeah, it's weird. I just don't like also that nobody is willing to say the truth
Because
about
everybody
it.
wants that spot at Fashion Week. If you're going to get a free
No.
hotel and a front or second row seat, you might have to kiss a little ass. You might have to say that this shit is not ugly as hell. So you get invited to the next one. And maybe that one might be better. You're hoping. So you could say something positive from an honest place, but maybe not. Because, again, it pains me to be the honest one. But fashion is being reduced now to influencerhood. There's not really no, what is that lady? Annabella Blow or whatever, Isabella Blow,
Isabella. Yeah.
who's out there and who's going to scrutinize you because she can buy your whole couture collection. It's just, and her opinion really matters. People aren't doing that now. So on to the outfits that I feel like are specifically copies of Gucci is
Hmm.
definitely all of the sequin over embellished dresses. We saw the
Hmm.
same looks at Gucci except for they had lions, tigers, and bears on them. And this time he's doing flowers because it's Valentino and he can't really put a tiger on it or elephant or something stupid. The styling of the shoes is exact with these crazy socks. Yeah, the embellished capes, the cape jacket. We saw that at Gucci forever. The whole time he was there, he brought that over to Valentino. He is also, in my opinion, copying specifically the Chanel and Von Cleef necklace trend and making this
Oh my
Valentino
gosh.
layered necklace that you see on look number 174
Mhm.
over the Shea Valentino t-shirt. So he knows who his customer is, baby. He's not playing with this marketing. He's talking, he's looking y'all in your eyes and he's talking to you like, you need this. Or you could put this on your Fashion Nova outfit. You could put this on your Forever 21 and it says Valentino, girl.
Who's gonna do that? Like the people who, how you were saying, the brown and black people. Why wouldn't they just get it from, I don't know, DH Gate or something? Which, by the way, I'm like contemplating buying something, and I still like can't bring myself to do. But
See?
like who's gonna buy these things when you can buy it at cheaper, like the knockoff? Because really, how long is it gonna last you? It's not gonna be in season forever. Super super trendy. I wonder how long this is gonna last because like what happened to Gucci, and everybody started copying him there. Remember, directly there was a coach.
So at this
Sorry.
point, everybody that views fashion on the annual basis, right? Like we watch
Mhm.
fashion shows on the annual basis. You have to understand that at a certain point, the marketability gauge or whatever you want to call it in this little box of what's selling right now, it's copies of the same thing but in your flavor of brand, and what
Mhm.
is the brand association with that is why people buy it. So there's a Gucci customer, and the person that buys Gucci necessarily, or no, a person that buys Celine probably would never buy Gucci unless it's just a handbag customer and she's just that girl that's collecting all the it bags. But as far as the ready to wear clothing, if we're going to step outside of just accessories, because now accessories to me is an everyman market. It's anybody, you can get that shit on Klarna. You can buy a pre-loved at the
Oh
Real
yeah.
Real. There's a bunch of ways to get accessories. But the ready to wear to me is the real customer. So yeah, a person that's buying Chloe is not going to wear that crazy shit that they got at Gucci, never in her life. So that's the only thing that's the brand identity. Other than that, everybody else, to me, hate to say it, is chasing those connotations with the accessories only. Like I see people out every day in a cheap outfit in a Louis Vuitton bag. So I don't
Mhm.
associate Louis Vuitton with luxury anymore in my mind.
No, totally not. Like
It's like the
I
bag
don't
of the
know. Also
suburban lady with
because
a little bit of money.
yes, that status symbol. Plus, now we know about the quality.
That's what made the Birkin get so popular so quickly with everybody, that as soon as they could find out and it wasn't that strict on you had to get it from Hermes, when the Real Real and Visitor Collective, all these things popped up, and it's like, oh, I can get a Birkin because you can't afford this. Like this is the
Mm.
final boss. This is the final status symbol in handbags until one comes out that's more expensive than that.
Yeah, there's just so much that he brought back that was the turbans. He loves a turban.
Ugh.
A trucker hat, like in Look 101. It was the trucker hat, Shea Valentino. Like, what?
That is gonna that's gonna fly in these streets.
Yes. So they're definitely like, because before I feel like, yeah, how you said it was just like, red carpet looks. And of course they were beautiful, but they weren't selling off the racks. Um, At least they're gonna make all this money from all the accessories.
Yes, and that
And then the
T-shirt,
looks. Well, I was gonna say that the looks
the
are really like it's like the lookbook, but really, what's gonna be in store and what people are gonna purchase are the accessories.
and to me, he is blatant in that regard of the separation of that customer, even without saying it. And that's probably how heritage brands should carry themselves now, instead of trying to be so elitist and like choosing a side. You could take a page out of Alessandro's book and walk the line of, oh, we have this stuff for those people. And we don't have to say who they are. We don't have to talk about it. We don't even have to advertise directly to them. We can just include those things in the collection and have them at that price point till we know that they can get it. Wink, wink, them over there. But then the clothes for the Valentino customer, we didn't change that at all. These are still old lady clothes. These are still grandma clothes. We're styling them on young people and making it look like a wacky outfit, mismatched with these stupid socks and these rhinestones on the Mary Jane shoes. But the old lady that's shopping at Valentino, or not, let's not be mean, say the old lady, but the Valentino customer, the one that, has her accounts there and all of that, has a shopper that gets called when the things come in her size. She's buying the same stuff now.
Well, the thing I was also thinking whenever I was looking at the lookbook was that some of the more simple things, like the little dresses, I guess they were like cocktail dresses and such, but they were giving really, I don't even know if it's around anymore, but Valentino Red. Remember that one?
Yes.
Okay, so that
Mm-hmm.
was like their, like, I wouldn't even say bridge, maybe it was contemporary
They were trying to
line.
get like a 30 to 20 something
Yes,
customer with that.
yeah. And so a lot of these dresses, and of course, like he could have just been looking back at like archive Valentino whenever he was originally designing it, but he probably wasn't.
The most interesting is, again, now that I've noticed it, I can't unsee it, is how he's presenting everything in the juxtaposition of those customers, because now we have the introduction of this Valentino loafer, which maybe they always had it, but it was never styled this way on the runway and given pride of place with these crazy Valentino print that looks like wallpaper pants and suits. So now for a younger man, or for people that are doing their entry to fashion now, they won't go for like the Gucci logo, or the Gucci loafer with the horse bit, because you
Mm,
can't really, that's not really as recognizable unless you really know about fashion. But this V that's on everything else, everybody's gonna know I'm wearing the Valentino loafers. And I
right?
watched the men's fashion. I don't know what it's called. It's some type of little event that they have annually, and the loafer was the most in. Like every group of 5 men, four had on loafers, either tassel or a logo like this. So again, he's thinking with his salesperson mind.
And I guess that's really what like drives it at this point. It's unfortunate
Hmm.
because that's not how it was run previously with Pierre Paulo. Um, I was looking and at look number 112, I could have sworn I've seen this dress, but also he brought it back from Gucci, the turban, the gloves. So like it's a Gucci look, but I could have sworn I've
Definitely.
seen that dress before.
The same thing
Speaking,
with 189 and
mm-hmm,
141 and 135. They're all the same exact dresses from Gucci. These glitter looks, sequin looks with the cape or with the belt and these sunglasses.
so now that we know that Pierre Paolo, I got I forgot. Was he the one that said that he wanted time to like to step away to like actually have like a life? But
Yes,
now that we
and be a
know,
person.
yeah. But also now there's a vacancy at Chanel, which he totally has like the ability to design to that clientele, and I feel like still be marketable and like make money off of it.
I agree. He would be, I don't know if he's as imaginative as Carl, that he could like
Hmm.
do as many things as far as, building a world and all that. Don't know. But as far as making pretty dresses and staying on
Mm-hmm.
trend, definitely. But the thing that pissed me off the most about this opening at Chanel with Virginie stepping down, because they said she wasn't taking enough risk. She was doing the same grandma clothes over and over. She wasn't, but she's been there for years and years. So what do
Mm-hmm.
you really expect? You should have hired an outsider. But they said they were considering Jeremy Scott.
No, that would be awful.
I saw
And
that all over Twitter, people saying in Paris, oh, he had interviews. Oh, he's saying he's not allowed to talk about it. He was seen out with this and that person. Hell no.
oh my gosh, it'd be such a joke because then that would be like Michelle at Valentino, Demna at Balenciaga. Everybody's just like making a mockery of like the actual fashion. Jeremy Scott, what is he going to bring back those Adidas? with the wing shoes for Chanel.
And then people were bringing up, oh, well, he did at Moschino, blah, blah, blah. Look, I don't care. He was doing cosplay over there, everything. I don't want to see Chanel X Twix collaboration. I don't want to
Yeah.
see Chanel with whatever tennis company, whoever's going to give him an extra check. I don't want to see that.
Plus, that was the whole like Moschino like aesthetic was, you know, just that bombastic, in your face, kind of like abstract or absurdist, I guess. And not quite on like a highbrow kind of way, like a Schiaparelli. Maybe I think Moschino probably would have been a little bit more highbrow, especially compared to like Jeremy Scott there. But yeah, you know, things have changed.
Things have changed dramatically. And I would have, before you made that Schiaparelli comparison, because you know how I feel about Daniel Roseberry. I
Oh
love
yeah,
Schiaparelli. Everything they make, I
love
want to
him.
wear it out. I'll lay my life on the line. But I was going to say, oh, maybe Jeremy Scott could go someplace like Mugler, so he would have a very tight rope. He would have to keep it sexy. He could not get so cartoony. But he probably could mess that up too. And I don't want to
Yeah.
see that.
Plus, Mugler's doing just fine right now. I forgot his
They
name.
are.
Yeah, I forgot that guy's name.
He had a hit with that bodysuit
Yes, he did.
everywhere.
But
Oh, so we're talking about Virginie leaving Chanel because she was too grandma. I will give her credit for giving Kendrick Lamar the opportunity to creative direct the show, set design the show, and for the short film. That was very nice. I thought maybe in the interim they would give him the job, like a Pharrell situation, but I don't
oh
know.
god,
Maybe Chanel's not that pro-black.
I don't know. Well, also, I can't. I don't even think I can recall anything that Pharrell's done other than have that massive like first collection, which drew on, you know, what was trendy, the cowboy.
Oh, for Louis Vuitton?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Otherwise,
for
I
at
don't
Chanel
really
he was
think
just
about
an
anything.
ambassador.
Yeah.
I guess the most innovative thing Pharrell has done so far at Louis Vuitton is bring Tyler.
What did Tyler do?
You haven't seen his collection with the bags, and we must show you
I've never
this.
cared for Tyler the Creator as like a music artist or anything. I feel like he's I don't know. I don't know why.
Does he seem too mean for you? Is he too problematic?
I think he's so like in your face. Maybe he's like the male version of Azalea Banks, but probably like
Oh,
hopefully nicer.
yeah, less combative. Well, now he used to be crazy, but now.
Oh, I feel like whenever he was like younger, when he first came out, you know, because they were just like a group, and
Oh yeah,
wasn't it a whole group?
Odd Future. Yeah, Odd Future.
And they were
Wolfgang
just
killed them all.
like all like everything was so aggressive and like in your face, and I think I just don't like that personality at all.
Okay, so you did not get past him eating that roach and hanging himself in that first
Oh
music
God,
video.
no! Ugh.
It was a lot. It was a lot for me too.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Follow us on Instagram. We are already reading our book club book for the month of June. So feel free to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the social medias. That's Hot Pod, Haute. For this month, we're reading Dior by Dior. And I think we're going to finish on what's the date?
Oh, we have a post up. Look at the post. Go to our
Look at
page.
our
Engage with
post.
us.
Yes, look at our post. We have a couple more weeks to finish that book, and then we will come out with a podcast episode companion to it. So follow along with us.
Yes,
I think that's everything
read.
for this episode.
It is. And we're reading, so we can be less vapid as fashion people. It's hard.
Yeah.
But if we are reading, if we are educated and we have large vocabularies and we're well dressed, who are they to judge us?
Right?
No.
Okay. I just need a monocle.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, follow, subscribe. Follow us on Spotify. We need Spotify family
yes.
people.
Leave us a lovely review, subscribe, and hopefully more people can follow us and find us that way.
Oh, and last thing, we're going to have a Patreon and we're going to be offering services, fashion related services. It's not no OnlyFans.
Yes.
Yeah, this ain't that. We're going to be offering fashion related services on our Patreon for our subscribers on there. So if you want us to help you with an outfit, if you have a special occasion coming up, if you want to help you shop, if you want to be in a group chat or something with us, let us know. Give us $1 or $2 a month and we'll be your friend. You could be our third.
Well, thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.